What's going on, guys? Let me wait. I'm waiting for a few of you guys to join, and then hopefully we can get this discussion that I would be doing a discussion later. I'd be doing a debate later, and let's get it started with Crawford Khan. Um, let's wait for a couple of you to join. See if any of you want to join. Pretty sure I'll have a few join in a minute. But yeah, it's a big fight coming up, guys. Big fight. Crawford v Amir Khan. I think we've got, what is it, just over a week left. So we'll soon be, into the business end. Next week we'll be into the business, business time of the fight where, there'll be public workouts, press conferences, weigh-ins. I'm gonna be covering that in depth. So I'm gonna start doing a lot of live streaming. There's obviously big news in the boxing world, and it's gonna be great to see. It's going to be great to see what happens. There's been a lot of debate on my channel about what happens between Crawford and Khan, and you know what? We haven't got long to find out. We haven't got long to find out. Amir Khan, rightfully the underdog in the fight, but again, like I said, you can't count the man out. Former Olympic silver medalist, former unified light welterweight champion. He's looking to be disconnecting. I don't quite understand. Shouldn't disconnect like that. I've got a good network connection. It shouldn't disconnect. See, I've got a like on the video, so I'm waiting for a couple of you to join. Hopefully, you guys want to join, and then get this discussion. But yeah, interesting, very interesting to see what happens. It's going to be interesting, listen, the fight is what it is. The fight is a great fight. It's it's gonna be very exciting to watch. It's gonna be entertaining, in my opinion. I think it definitely has the ingredients of being fight of the year candidate, because Amir Khan's never involved in dull fights. He's always involved in great, exciting fights. So I don't think this fight's gonna be dull. I think it's gonna be a very interesting fight. If you guys wanna post your questions in here, you want to ask me some questions, go ahead, feel free. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. I want to get a debate going, and that's why I've gone live. I told you guys earlier on I didn't have great connection then, and that's why I've decided to go live now. So the connection's great, so if you want to ask me questions, go ahead. But yeah, I'm hoping that this week, next week, the start of next week, I'm free, so I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on Khan Crawford. I'm going to be building up. It's going to be a fight week special, and hopefully we can get all of you guys' thoughts on the fight. I think, like I said, I think it's going to be to see how this fight plays out. It's definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be an exciting watch, in my opinion. Who's going to win? Crawford, the massive favorite in the fight. Khan is not somebody that you can write off. Khan's obviously a world-class fighter in his own right. Write him off. He's very fast. He's probably one of the fastest fighters. He's the fastest fighter in the world, in my opinion, without a doubt. But also, he's not just the fastest fighter in the world. He's also got a lot of boxing ability, which sometimes he doesn't use. A lot of people are saying he has to fight a perfect fight in this fight, and probably does. He's not like Canelo. Crawford will make you pay. That's the difference between someone like Crawford and the other guys he's fighting. Like, you could fight Sammy Vargas and guys of that level and get away with it. Crawford won't let you get away with it because Crawford's very good. He's very sneaky, very tricky, and he will make you pay for any game. He can't afford to make any slip-ups in this fight. And he could find himself in big trouble. I think it's going to be very intriguing, very intriguing to see how this plays out. The great Khan Crawford. Let me go ahead. I'm going to be doing the live streams quite a bit now because I want to, as the fight's getting closer, I think it's best to get a good debate going. You guys, I'm at home. I don't know why it's lagging. I'm at home. I don't know what's going on. Is it better now? Shouldn't be lagging. Shouldn't be lagging, but yeah. So yeah, but yeah, Khan's obviously looking to become a British legend. He's looking to become a British great. And on the other hand, we've got Crawford, who's looking to maintain his pound, and Crawford is looking to maintain his pound for pound status. So we just gotta wait and see who's able to perform. I think this is all comes down to skills. It all comes down to preparation, planning, and who can perform on the night. I think that will be important. I think we know what Khan's gonna do. Khan's gonna. Oh, what is going on? So I don't know what is going on with this connection. I'm gonna move it around just to see if it's better. But yeah, hopefully. Is it better now? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's buffering. It shouldn't be buffering. I don't know what's going on. It should be connected. I'm at home now, so it shouldn't be buffering like this. But are you betting on Khan? Money on Khan? I don't bet. I don't gamble. But if I'm honest, I think if you're a gambling man, there's no point of betting on Crawford, right? Because you're not going to get much by betting on Crawford. He's a massive favorite in the fight. And the bookies have him like, what, 90% favorite to win, and Khan's got like 10% shot. So if you're a betting man, you'd bet on Khan. And I do think that there's a shot of Khan winning, of course. I think if Khan fights a strategical, smart fight, he definitely has an opportunity to win. But yeah, it just depends on how we bet on KO points. Bet on KO and points win to Khan. I don't know. I don't really bet, but I think it would be not a bad bet. I have 100 on Khan. People are writing Amir Khan off in this fight. Amir Khan's a very live underdog. You know what? A lot of people were comparing it to Lomachenko. I said that thing is with Lomachenko, I don't think Crawler has a chance to win because I don't think Crawler has an X factor. He doesn't have great speed, or he doesn't have great punching power. And when that's not a bad return. But yeah, like I was saying, Khan has an X factor. His X factor is his speed. So this is why I'm saying that Khan has speed. His hand speed is in my opinion, a lot better than Crawford's. When you have an X factor, some people say Amir Khan's one of the best fight time in terms of hand speed. 15,000, yeah, but I think if he's gonna win, there's more likely he's gonna win on points. But yeah, as I was going back to my point, Khan has an X factor. His X factor is his speed. Crawford by I'm not debating that. Crawford could definitely stop Khan. I think if Amir Khan gets reckless in the fight, there's a good chance that Crawford will counter him and knock him out. There's that possibility, of course. I don't think Khan gonna get stopped. I don't know because Crawford, he's very good catching you with shots that you don't see. So you just don't know. I think it's very intriguing, very interesting. Like I said, I can't really say. It depends on what Khan turns up. But Crawford has got the ability and talent to stop Khan. There's no doubt about that. Especially if you're going off his last performance, Khan's last performance, he got put down against Vargas, so people just always assume that, but when it's not like he's always been. Yeah, true. I think his chin gets made out to be like his chin's really, really bad, but you got to understand that he's been in there with a lot of top fighters and he's not been stopped. He never got stopped against Madonna. Madonna, in my opinion, punches a lot harder than Terence Crawford. In my opinion, he's a lot tougher than Terence Crawford. Tougher in terms of, not technically, but in terms of like just coming forward and making it a hard, rough, tough fight. Crawford's not the most physically, he doesn't impose himself physically on fighters. He's more of a craftsman, a skilled guy. Khan will look great for the first 3 or 4 rounds, and Crawford will take over. I personally think that if the fight goes to points, I think it'll be very close. I think I would give Khan the edge if it goes to points. I don't think it's over. You can't take over against Khan. It's very That's a possibility, but I don't think he'll take over where he'll start. It's not the other Khan's not the other guys that Crawford's fought. Those other guys were technically a lot more deficient than him. Crawford's an overall a better boxer than Khan. He does. If you look at the whole package, Crawford's a better boxer. But if you look at Khan, Crawford's not better than Khan at winning rounds. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So Khan will win rounds against Crawford. It's whether Crawford's able to land a good enough shot to hurt Khan and then panic Khan. That's what's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be. It's your guys are right. It's not as one-sided as what people are making it out to be. People are making it out to be a shutout for Crawford. I don't see it that way. I don't see it a shutout at all. I think it's going to be very interesting, very intriguing, and I think a lot of people after the fight, whether Khan wins or loses, are going to be praising Khan because I think he's going to put up a very valiant performance in whether he wins or loses. But you know, I think like I said, it all comes down to game plan. It all comes down to how much Khan is able to stick to the game plan. If Amir Khan is able to stick to the game plan, in my opinion, he has a shot in the fight. If he's not able to stick to the game plan and he wanders off and loses concentration, you know what? I made a video the other day and Teddy Atlas, nail on the head. Teddy Atlas said that Amir Khan always finds a way to mess it up. It's like he gets bored. Some people have said he gets bored. Some people say he messes it up. But he can't afford to in this fight. He can't afford to. I say this because Khan will get too relaxed and will make a mistake. He concentrates throughout the whole fight. Concentration is the key. Yeah, you're 100% spot on. It is key. Concentration is very important in this fight because I was watching a few of Crawford's fight. You know, Crawford's special. Like, you know, Crawford, he's like a surgeon. He analyzes you. He goes from left to right, and he's just so like he's like a computer in his brain, and he's analyzing what he needs to do. And some guy on it, it was a video where some guy was breaking it down what Crawford was doing. Crawford was moving from left to right, the little things that Crawford was doing, and that could be the difference in the fight. What Crawford was doing in that fight against Postal, I don't think Khan has that kind of boxing IQ. The way Crawford broke him down, you know, it was brilliant. It was a great, you know, the way the guy broke it down. It was a brilliant video. If Khan can go to 6 rounds with Canelo, he'll definitely go past 6 rounds with Terence. You can't like that. I know you want it for the last couple of years. Let's not forget Canelo fight. How long ago was that? 3 years ago? That was 2015, I think. 2015. That was like what, almost 4 years ago, I think. It's been about 3 years, 2015, 16, something like that. So it was a long time ago. So we're going back a long time, you know. So I don't really think you can really look at that, you know, because like I said, it was a long time ago. But I do think if he fights a strategical, smart fight, I think he can definitely pull it off. But he needs to be smart in the fight. He needs to fight a smart fight. Otherwise he could find himself on the deck. And the problem is with Crawford. Crawford's a very good finisher. Crawford's vicious. Like when it comes to finishing guys off, Crawford goes in for the kill. Crawford doesn't mess around. When he's got you hurt, I've seen him. Go check out Crawford's videos or Crawford's highlights when he's got someone hurt. How he looks to finish his opponents. Crawford's toughest opponent was 4'5" but I don't understand how Crawford is being built as an unstoppable monster. He's not a monster. He's not a monster. He's a good fighter. He's a very talented fighter. He's exceptional. But the thing is, what you guys got to understand is that I've seen Crawford. I've said that about Crawford as well. He's been built. But Crawford is very good. He's very good. Like, he may not... Crawford can be knocked out by Khan. Do I think Crawford can be knocked out by Khan? Absolutely. I think Crawford can be hurt and knocked out for sure. I think Amir Khan's got a lot of power. Like I said, I don't think Crawford's as tough as Madonna. If Khan can put Madonna down, he can put Crawford down. He could take Crawford out as well. Like, there's no doubt about that. He can catch, especially early on. I think if the fight goes later on, if there's a stoppage, there's a great chance Crawford not later on. I think early on, I favour if there's a knockout, Khan, because Khan's so explosive early on. I feel that early on if Khan will get the Khan has a very good chance early on to get the knockout. I realise Khan has gained more power in his punches. I don't know. We've not really seen him in there against the top level opponents to really make that decision. You know, he fought Le Greco, who really is not a top level fighter, and he fought what's his name, Vargas, who went 12 rounds with him. Yeah, he put him down, but I don't know. I don't think you can really say that, you know, at the minute. I think if he stops Crawford, Carnes needs to be in shape as he was in the Collazo-Alexander fight. He looked $1 million. Conditioning will play a factor, 100%. You know what? I didn't like the way I saw Vargas later on in the fight. He really tired and he looked like a shadow of himself. If he's not able to keep the way he is in the first round, in the 12th round, or where he is in the first round, in the 7th or 8th round, he's in trouble. Because Crawford, one thing I've noticed, Crawford, if you watch his fights, Crawford doesn't tire. Crawford doesn't, like, he's the same from in round one as he is in round 8. Crawford doesn't tire. Crawford doesn't, like, he doesn't, you know, because it's a different style. With Khan wastes a lot of energy. His style takes a lot out of you because he's fast. He's just fast. So he's taking a lot out. He's taking a lot out of himself. That's why after a couple of rounds, Khan's very tired because his output is very high. Crawford's output is it's the same all the way throughout the fight, and he's trained. He knows how to control the pace. Amir Khan doesn't control the pace, and this is why he gets tired. This is why, as you see later on in the fight, Amir Khan starts to slow down because he doesn't control the pace of the fight. Guys like Crawford, guys like Mayweather, they control the pace. They're not doing anything out of their comfort zone. Do you understand? What's my prediction? To be honest, I'm not going to do a prediction now. I'm going to do a prediction next week. But like I said, I'll put it this way. I feel like Crawford is rightfully the favorite and he's got no chance. That's just... To me, a lot of people think this fight is 90% or 90-10 in Crawford's favor or 95-5 in Crawford's favor. To me, it's like 70-30 in Crawford's favor, right? But I believe in destiny. I believe that Amir Khan's been through a lot in his life, his career. And sometimes that to me means a lot. Like, I just feel that Amir Khan is going to put it all together on that night. Whether that's going to be good enough to win, only time will tell. But I think you're going to see a very impressive performance by Khan. But again, that doesn't mean he's going to win. I genuinely believe this fight is 64. You could say that. I think Khan is also more flat-footed these days. I suppose age plays a factor in that he doesn't move around. Like, yes. Problem is, bro, you know what it is? We haven't seen Khan enough. It's not like we've seen him against Le Greco and Vargas. He said he didn't train that hard for Vargas. So to even say that, we just don't know because we haven't seen enough of him. We haven't seen enough of him of recent years in the top-level fights. Khan might be completely shot to bits, and Crawford just completely destroys him. We just don't. This is what I'm trying to say. That's a possibility because we haven't seen him at this level of opponent. Not really, because Khan's had a tough career. And he's been fighting for a very long time. He's been knocked out. That takes a lot out of somebody, you know? Yes, I think Khan can stop Crawford. Yes. Larouche, I think Khan can stop Crawford. Khan needs to keep his hands up at all times. If Khan get knocked out by Vargas in that second round, if Khan knocked out Vargas. Yeah, if Khan knocked out, but he didn't knock out Vargas, that's the thing. He didn't. He would have made it into a he wouldn't be. Yes, but the thing is, that's the thing. But that would have been false. That would have been false, in my opinion. He didn't, and the thing is, he didn't knock Vargas. He should have knocked Vargas because that guy was that kind of level of opponent where he should have been stopped. He should have stopped him in 7 rounds. This is what I'm trying to say, that he didn't, though. Do you understand? So when you go in against an opponent like that and you don't do what you're supposed to do, then people are going to talk, of course. I reckon if he was trained and conditioned properly, he would. Yeah, but again, you got to understand, when someone's coming back from a layoff, right? We don't know whether that was just a bad performance or that's just Khan over the hill. We don't know. That's the problem. It all comes down to motivation and determination. Yes, but again, that's your opinion. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know because at the end of the day, the guys like Paulie Malignaggi, who, like I said, has always been a fan of Amir Khan, has always said good things about Amir Khan, who's been in the ring with Amir Khan, who's been... Malignaggi got destroyed by Amir Khan, said that, You know, he feels that Amir Khan's not the same fighter anymore, and he gave a good reason why he thinks that. He obviously seen Amir Khan's fighting style throughout the years, and he saw that fight, and he thought, you know what, Amir Khan's never been like that before. This is what I'm trying to say. And Paulie Malignaggi is, in my opinion, one of the best commentators, one of the best analysts out there. He knows his boxing. He knows his boxing. Imagine the hype if Khan drops Crawford with a body punch in the first. He put Marcus Maidana down with a beautiful a shot to the body. You know, I was quite surprised Maidana made it out of the round. One thing I will say to you, I don't think Crawford is as tough as Marcus Maidana. Do you understand? I don't believe Crawford. If Khan hurts Crawford, I don't believe he's like Maidana, where he's going to be able to recover and come back like that strong. I believe, or we don't know that. We don't know that because we haven't seen Crawford hurt. But I don't think so. That's my opinion. Do you believe Khan can withstand Crawford's punches? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to find out when he lands a couple. You know, because if Vargas can put him down, is Crawford a harder puncher than Vargas? We just, like I said, we don't know, because then you can say, well, he took Maidana's punches, and Maidana's one of the biggest punchers out there. You know, Mayweather said Maidana punches like anything. So this is what I'm saying, bro. We can't really say until they're in there and he's taking the punches, you know, because I saw Khan take a few punches off Canelo, left hooks, and, you know, oh yes, that right hand, he got knocked out, but I think that right hand would have knocked out a gorilla, if I'm honest with you. You know, that was a savage right hand that he threw. You know, so this is what I'm trying to say. Until we're in there, until he's in there and actually taking those punches, I can't say because I need to see him in there and taking those shots off Crawford. But it's not the fact. Crawford's not a one-punch knockout artist. Crawford will wear him down. I think Amir Khan will win most of the rounds, 12 rounds distance. If not 12 rounds, then maybe it might be knockout for Khan. I think Khan has a very good chance of winning the rounds. I believe he'll win the rounds against Crawford. It's all about how Amir approaches the fight. Yes, very important. It's how he prepares and whether he can stick to the game plan. If he can stick to the game plan, he has a shot in the fight. He needs to be able to stick to the game plan. He needs to be able to plan that Virgil sets for him. Otherwise, he could find himself in big trouble. He needs to be able to follow the game plan, without a doubt. If he's not, then he could find himself in big trouble. You know, that's very important for him to follow the game plan. If he's not able to follow the game plan, he could well find himself in deep trouble. You know, I think, like I said, I give him a shot in the fight. I give him a chance. Will Khan get the decision if it's a close competitive fight, goes 12 rounds? Personally, no. I don't think he will. I think he'll have to win quite comfortably. There's no way he's going to get the decision, right? Crawford's being built into being the biggest star in America, one of the biggest star, up-and-coming stars. I'm going to give him the decision. So Khan's going to have to win decisively. It depends on the judges. Yes, but it's what I mean. So Khan's going to have to make it look quite comfortable. That's another point. I'll do a video on that, actually. But yes, Khan's going to have to win well if he wants to win the fight. He's not going to be able to get any... Could it go to a draw? Yeah, it could be a draw. Like I said, if it goes to points, I think it's going to be close. Because I believe Khan, like I said, will win a lot of the rounds. So I do think it'll be close. Especially if he's not knocked down or he's not, you know, I feel that he has a great shot in the fight. I think if it goes 12 rounds, I think it's going to be very close. But again, it's whether he gets a decision. When you're fighting guys like Crawford, do you believe Khan can pace himself better and carry his speed through the 12 rounds? That's another big issue, right? Can Khan pace himself? Thing is with Khan, like I was explaining earlier, he doesn't control the pace of the fight. And what he's doing, his output is so much that he gets tired. And against Crawford, you can't afford to get tired. Because if you do, you could find yourself in big trouble, deep trouble. So he's going to have to control the pace. What do you think of his physical condition right now compared to his previous fights? Well, I need to see him in there. I'm surprised that they could. Yeah. Listen, I don't know because, yeah, he's been training, but we'll see him in the ring. Do you remember David Haye before he fought Bellew? He looked great. Crawford is known for being slow starter. He likes to read his opponents and just to their style. Yes, he is. Crawford's very strategical. He's very good. Crawford, what he does is he has a look at the opponent. He has a look at what the guy's doing in front of him, and then he breaks them down. What the hell? Who is that? Carlo Gambino. Listen, he likes to break he likes to break his opponents down. He has a look at them. He sees what they're doing. And then what you'll see Crawford do, you'll see Crawford start attacking. You'll see Crawford start initiating the attacks and start attacking his opponents. And that's what Crawford does. Crawford's a surgeon in the ring. He's a great fighter. I've said it many times that Crawford is one of the best fighters in the world, if I'm honest with you. Like I said, I really rate Terence Crawford. Bro, go easy on your brother. Love. Yeah, he does talk. He gives his opinions. He's quite strong on his opinions. But yeah, this is what I say. I think it's going to be very intriguing. But again, it comes down to whether Khan can follow the game plan. Is Khan good? Because listen, one thing I will say is this is his opportunity. There's no excuses now. There's no excuses. He needs to perform in this fight. There's no such thing as excuses anymore. Because we've seen, you know what? Before we give him against Canelo. Canelo was just too. But this is a guy his own size. This is a guy that he should be. You should get more. His opinion more often. Yeah, I will do more often. Especially next week, we'll do a lot more. But yeah, I think, again, it comes down to game plan. But with Crawford, you can't be gun shy. So Amir Khan would have to use his jab, go upstairs, downstairs, use angles and all. Yes, he will. Of course. He needs to listen. Have to box out of his skin. He's gonna have to put in a great performance. Because the thing is with Crawford's not just gonna be outboxed and not do anything. Crawford's gonna go out there and look to find him. And yes, that might be dangerous, but I did make a video and say, just say if Crawford's not able to outbox Khan and he's losing, what Crawford do? That's what Crawford's about. If Crawford's being outboxed, right? How is he gonna approach the fight? What's he gonna do? How's he gonna approach it? How's he gonna adapt? Is he gonna go out there looking for Khan and looking to knock him out? Is he gonna say, you know what, I'm just gonna carry on boxing? It's gonna be very intriguing to see what Terence Crawford does if he's being outboxed. It's gonna be very, especially if he knows 7-8 where he's losing the fight and he's thinking, you know what, this is getting out of hand here. I've got to go in for the kill. It's gonna be very interesting to see what he does. Is he going to go in there looking to knock Khan out? Is he going to go in there looking to, turn the fight around with a punch? I don't know. It's going to be very intriguing. It's going to be very, very intriguing. But like I said, guys, it's definitely a great fight. It's going to be a fight that I can't wait for. It's intriguing stuff. Intriguing stuff. And yeah, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams. So just be prepared that I'm going to be on YouTube quite a bit doing these live streams, get out to you, ask you guys your questions, answer your questions. It's going to be great. It's going to be interesting to see what goes down. But like I said, I can't wait for this fight. Ever since it was made, I was like, whoa, he's picked a good fight here. Not necessarily mean he's going to win, but I think he's picked a good fight, a fight that he's more than capable of winning. Khan's best boxing display was against Kotelnik. Do you agree? Yes, but again, it was his best boxing display because of the fact that Kotelnik was also limited as well. It wasn't Crawford. Do you know what I mean? Do you think if Crawford fights out orthodox the whole fight? I don't think it's going to make much of a difference if Crawford fights orthodox or southpaw. I don't believe that. I don't believe Khan has trouble with either. It's just the fact that can he stick to the game plan? Whether Crawford fights orthodox or southpaw, he's got enough trickery to land those sneaky punches, and that's going to be the key. I'm not really worried about him, what stance he does or whether he switches. That's not that important. We'll know what Khan's weakness is, and if he's able to stick to a game plan, he's able to, fight to a game plan, then he does. Of course he does. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it here now. I'm going to leave the live stream here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And what I'm going to do a lot more of these. So stay tuned. I'm going to make a few videos that I want to do as well. So I'm going to cut the live stream here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And watch out for more of these. I might do one tonight, actually. I might do one tonight before I go to bed. I'll be doing a lot of these. So make sure to have your notification on. And then I'll be doing a lot more of these live streams for you guys, because a lot of you guys have requested it. So yeah, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll probably be doing another one tonight. Guys, remember, if you're new, go and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.